The SNP is doubting whether an independent Scotland would still be able to remain in the single market after Brexit. The country's government argues that assurances from the EU would lead to greater support for independence in the event of a second referendum, which might be in the not-too-distant future, as one senior SNP figure believes that it could be held in 2018 before the UK officially leaves. Well, yesterday marked the second anniversary of the Scottish independence referendum, and hundreds turned out for a day-long protest in Glasgow. Former First Minister of Scotland, Alex Salmond, addressed the crowds.
Something like 2 years' time, maybe slightly shorter, maybe slightly longer, things are going to come to the crunch again. And 2 years ain't an enormous time in politics to prepare, because this time we have to win. We have to win this.
Over 500 people attended the demonstration at George Square to fly the flag in support of another referendum. Yes campaign group Hope Over Fear organised the Day of Action. The event aimed to reach out to those who voted against independence 2 years ago. Well, joining me now for more on all of this is SNP MP Dr Paul Monaghan for Caithness, Sutherland and Easter Ross. So that demonstration, or that gathering yesterday, trying to encourage people to revisit the vote again. What's so different? Obviously, the Scots voted to stay with the UK just 2 years ago. Why have things changed? Why are you asking people to change their minds?
Well, I think you're absolutely right. 62% of the people of Scotland did, in fact, vote to stay within the EU. And I think that's a significant result. The fact of the matter is that the UK that people voted to remain a part of in 2014 no longer exists. And because of that, I think there is a widespread movement now building in Scotland for change, and that change includes retaining our membership of the EU, but perhaps not listening to what the UK government are saying.
So what would this membership of the EU entail then? Would you be a full member, or would this be an economic trading alliance like Sweden or Switzerland, I should say, or Norway?
Well, I think that remains to be seen, but I suppose the ball really is in the court of the UK government. I mean, the people of Scotland have said very clearly that we want to stay in the EU. We want to continue our access to the single market. We want to continue with the free movement of people. These things are very important to the people of Scotland, as is our EU citizenship. We do not want to be dragged out of Europe against our will. And it really is up to the UK government to come forward with proposals as to how Scotland's place in the EU can be continued, and all of those important aspects still continue to benefit the people of Scotland.
Isn't it really important, though, to think about what's happening within the UK itself? I mean, what would the implications be for Scotland to stay in the EU, and what does that mean with trading for the rest of the UK? I mean, it would be really unthinkable for Scotland not to have access, or indeed the rest of the UK to have trading access to Scotland if of course, they were both in different memberships.
Well, I think at this point in time, anything, frankly, is possible. Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty has never been invoked before, so it's a complete unknown. The UK government clearly don't know what they are doing. They have no plans, they have no strategy, they have no coherent direction. So quite frankly, anything is up for grabs, and the people of Scotland are very clearly saying, we want to stay part of the EU, we want our benefits to continue, and I think Theresa May has got to rise to that challenge.
But are the people of Scotland really saying we still want to break away from the UK? Because the latest polls indicate that actually the Scots really don't want a referendum very soon at all. They're prepared to wait, and that was the majority on that poll. There was no rush to have a referendum.
Well, again, what I would say is that the ball is in the court of the UK government. We are looking to Theresa May to come forward with positive, pragmatic suggestions as to how the hopes and aspirations of the people of Scotland can be realised. We are committed to negotiate with the UK government. We're committed to negotiate with the EU as a European Union. And these are things that we will take forward in good faith. We want to protect our position, and we are looking to Theresa May, the UK government, and all of our ministers to come forward now with positive plans as to how they will protect the people of Scotland.
Dr Paul Monaghan, thank you very much for your time, live on RTE UK. Good to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.